Hello everyone, I'm Ahmet Tuğaç. We are in a Q&A director session on Uşak Film Festival. Today's guest, Raphaela Schmid. Am I pronounced right, Raphaela?
Yeah, it's perfect.
Okay. Could you introduce yourself and your film in a few words?
Yeah, so you already introduced me. My name is Raphaela Schmid. I'm a director and scriptwriter from Austria. I live in Vienna right now. I'm also still studying at the Film Academy in Vienna. And yeah, my film Eeny, is screening at your festival, and I guess that's what we're going to talk about right now.
Yes, exactly. I want to, my first question about your film still, and it's about the story. In the house, in all movie, they look like stuck in a past time, all characters. A slow camera movement and camera stillness, frame stillness actually, and almost quiet sound design provide this feeling, I think. And we saw a butterfly that it tried to hold the pastime. Does it your still come first, or story find your style?
I think it's always dependent on the story. So for me, when I wrote the script, it was very clear that I wanted this story to play in a house which is very clean in a way, with clean lines and structures and modern architecture. And the same was with the camera movement. Also in the script I already had the movement that the camera makes, which is kind of independent because they don't follow a character. The camera kind of goes its own way. So that was part of the story in a way, because for me also this movement is kind of an attempt to get a feeling of this void and emptiness, or kind of the death that is part of the protagonist's life. Okay. So I guess it was the story first, and then
yes,
and then there's a kind of elements that all go together for me.
And you can't, I think, you can't shoot a quick movement for your film because it's like a ghost story, and you have to put still frame, all film, and it's a compact still, I think, which you tell the story maybe. Okay, my second question is about from your quote in a character. I read the quote for you. Why does hamster have to fall out fucking window today? I think these sentences carry all essence to your story. It's a main quote, I think, from your film. But I can revise the sentences the way. Why do losing happen suddenly? When the suddenly happened, get lost, we couldn't overcome the situation. And your character, it's between them, between this situation and the stuck in a past. Am I right about this revise from this quote? And is it happen suddenly always? The loss always happens suddenly for our lives, death or something else?
I think in this case, it's about the mother who can't accept the finality, the thing that she can't make the death of her daughter. She can't reverse it. It's final. I think it's very much about that also, that she, how can I put it? She also kind of hides from this reality. In a way, she's in the past. She's reconstructing this birthday cake because she wants to go back in a time where everything was still good, or was where her daughter was still alive. So yeah,
She always
I don't know
waiting.
if that answers your question.
Yes, it's fine for me.
Yeah.
You can express yourself every style, but she always waiting her daughter actually, but never happened. It's
Yeah.
and but when we talk, if we talk about the children, Polly, am I right? Her name's Polly.
Paula.
Paula.
The
Okay.
Paula. Yeah.
Paula,
The other daughter, the smaller one. Yeah.
Yes. She knows everything. She knows hamster is dead, and she catch all English word between adults. But until the end of the movie, mother couldn't overcome her loss.
Yeah.
Maybe is children knowledge more than adults? What do you think about this? Or maybe children overcome all situation more clearly, maybe?
Yeah, for me, the characters are actually quite similar in a way, because they're both trying to deal with death, and they both choose, maybe, I don't know, I mean, there is no normal, but they both have their ways. Like the daughter tries to bring the hamster back to life. So for her it's more like a game a bit, or not a game. She knows that the hamster is dead, but still she's trying to reverse this, and she's trying to put some kind of magic spell on the hamster. And the mother, on the other hand, is trying to cling on to the past and also try to reenact the past in a way. So I think it's both characters for me. Like, let me put it this way: I think an important part of the film is ritual. How do you deal with grief, and also the speechlessness about it, because the daughter can't approach her mother because she's so caught up with her own pain in a way, so that she has to find her own way. And yeah, in the end, the daughter definitely has a more let's say a happier end, or I don't know, she can say goodbye. She finds another ritual to have a farewell and to kind of closure. So for me, it's kind of similar, the thing that they are going through. I mean, of course, it's the one thing is a pet, and the other thing is the daughter, but it's both about them trying to deal with death in a way.
Sure, but maybe the daughter can accept quickly more than her mother. Okay, I want to talk about your casting and directing way, because I think your casting is really perfect. We can feel all emotions when looking on at your character's face, and I always remember these words. The cinematography is the human face. When we look at the human face, we feel all emotion and all feeling. Are the directors pay attention the casting process, or how is your casting process for the selecting this actress?
So for the casting process of the child was the most time-consuming one, definitely. So we casted a lot of kids, and we kind of played out the scenes a bit, but not with text, or not with a script, but just to get a feeling of how I was able to work with the kids and how they would respond. And that took a lot of time. But then when Lola, who plays the little girl, came in, it was clear, because she was really amazing. Even though there were other kids, they were really good, and but she was really, I don't know, it just was clear that it had to be her. And yeah, it was, with the actresses it was easier, but also with the mother it was very clear when I saw her, and when we played one scene, and with the other actress, I only had a Skype meeting with her, but she was also, so we just had a Skype reading, but she had this kind of energy that I thought was really good for the role, and she was also very good with the little child, so they had a good a good chemistry, the both of them.
Okay, it's fine for me. And I want to ask a question about the other Austrian film, because in this competition, a lot of short film from Austria. I think 4 or 5 finalists in there. I'm not sure that number, but and I'm a part of the pre-selection jury, and I noticed this density. Do you think will we say a new Austrian film école or a wave in a future?
I didn't really get the question, but what do you mean? If
let's think about different way. It's an international competition, but the Austrian film is defeat all country films, and
so there are
they find a really block in this competition, and all movies really I think perfect. And I love the other Austrian movie, and maybe the 5 or 10 years later we can express the new Austrian wave or new Austrian école like something else. But the école and the wave is we can express really simple in that time.
I think that's something it's easier to say in the future. Like, I think I couldn't say if that is a thing going on right now. I think that mostly happens in the future, or at least I don't know if there is one wave, or also I don't know which other Austrian films are screening at your festival, and if I know them. So it's also hard for me to say if they're very different in the ways of making. So it's
absolutely different. But I noticed something, and I want to know. I want to ask, what do you think about this? And I have noticed different issue in all of them. The story, the different convention on the short film, a childhood narrative or coming of age stories. I think it's not the part of the Austria. It's the big issue, a big situation. I think in our time, in our competition or the selection of the prolific festival all around the world. Maybe do you think is it a course or is it a way a new generation express themselves from the coming of age story or that childhood story? Maybe is it a?
But do you think that the coming of age and the childhood stories are now different than they were, or they are narrated in a different way? Is that what you're?
Sorry, I'm not.
But if you were saying that the coming of age stories and the stories about childhood, that they are narrated now in a different way from our generation than they were before.
Yes, maybe.
I guess so. I mean, the world is changing all the time, and I think we are growing up in another world than like 2 generations before us were. So I think it's kind of normal, and also the ways of narrating change in a way, and also like
you can continue.
No, it's fine.
And for example, it's a most, not maybe most, but we have a lot of childhood story in that time. Maybe if we can criticize on our time, maybe we try to turn back our childhood dream, or we try to being adult through our childhood memory. I think it's about this time and this new generation way. I want to express this idea or comment, I think.
But in what way specifically would you say that I don't know, like the
not a specific
story of a child? The story of a child is now different than it was before, or like the coming of age. What exactly is the point where you said?
Maybe not still different, but a lot of people choose this subject for them work, actually, more than the other ages, the older ages, I think. But maybe I'm wrong. I'm not sure. I have a lot of childhood stories.
I mean, I think I always think it's very interesting to compare these views, the view of a child and the adult perspective, or at least in my film it was that way. It was interesting how a child deals with something, to kind of compare it with how an adult could deal with the same thing. What are the differences? So I think that is, for example, something that was interesting for me specifically concerning the topic of age. But I wouldn't really, I mean, it's not really a coming of age film for me. It's just, but
just the ordinary grief, I think, maybe, or similar love story. Okay, do you have any closing sentences for your work or this record?
No, I think I can't think of something right now.
Okay, nice.
Kind of covered it quite okay.
Okay, and that's it. The end of my all question, and we can finish this. Okay.
Recording.
Okay. Goodbye then.
Goodbye.